Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Melanin Intuition Tarot. My name is Ezekiel. I am an intuitive tarot and oracle card reader. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another pick a card reading with me today, or pick an object. I actually forgot to put cards down, but I'm not going to go back. So we're going to do a pick an object today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another reading with me. Hope you guys are doing well. Just want to take this time out to thank all of my lovely, beautiful, wonderful, amazing subscribers and viewers, likers, commenters, and all of the above. I really appreciate your love and support. It's been very motivating, and it keeps me going. So, today's topic is one that I haven't really done before. I've done a messages from your ancestors reading before, I think a couple of months back. And I noticed in that reading that there were a lot of messages coming up from the ancestors regarding how, they felt about the things that were happening in the collective's lives, or the certain situations that they were going through. And I thought that it would be a fun and a very insightful reading to do an entire reading on how do your ancestors view you, or how do they feel about you. Because different ancestors have different things to say. The ancestral realm is a very very complex thing. Spiritual realm in general is a complex thing, but different ancestors have different ways of viewing you. Some ancestors are spirit guides. Some ancestors aren't. Some ancestors, are with you in different phases of your life. It's a whole complex thing. But we're going to be tapping into the current energies of the current ancestors that are around you to see, how do they view you? How do they see you? So I have 3 groups here. I have group number 1 here with this Aphrodite statue. I have group number 2 here with this rattle. And then I have group number 3 here with this Hathor statue. So again, group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So you can pause the video if you would like to have more time to really get a feel of which group is calling out to you more. You can choose more than one group if you would like. That is up to you. Make sure you guys are choosing with your intuition though, so that way you get the reading that resonates with you the best, okay? And when you're ready to go to your group, you can check the pinned comment below, or you can go to the description box below and the timestamps will be there. But group number, or all groups today, I will see you at your designated reading. Peace out. All right, everybody. So for those of you who have chosen group number 1, or this Aphrodite statue, this is going to be your reading on how do your ancestors view you. I'm going to sit her up pretty over here. We're going to be looking into how your ancestors view you. And we'll also be, oh my God, that was such a bad shuffle. And we're also going to get some guidance and advice for you at the end. So some of you, if you were attracted to this Aphrodite statue, you may have some ancient Greece or some Greek ancestry. You may be a devotee of her, currently now, or you may be someone who's looking into working with her. Some of your ancestors may have been devotees to Aphrodite as well. Yeah, I definitely feel like many of you have a strong tie to Greece I'm even picking up like Romans. I feel like your ancestors, you have a lot of feminine ancestors around you. A lot of, wow. We got the Ace of Field here. I was literally just about to start talking about like self-love. But this is the Ace of Cups basically in this deck. So I feel like you, group number one, and my body's like tingling right now, tapping into you guys' energy. Your ancestors have a very, very comforting and very nurturing energy to them right now. I feel like that's kind of what you need right now, because kind of what I mentioned in the intro, your spirit guides, they're, you know, in certain phases in your life or different areas of your life, you may have different spirit guides around you or different ancestors around you. And your spirit guide team can be made up of, you know, ancestors, angels, deities, other spirits. You know, it's a complicated thing, but I feel like for many of you, your spirit guides are made up of many of your ancestors. I feel like for many of them, you haven't even met before. So you may oftentimes have, I'm picking up like dreaming. You have a lot of dreams to where you see like different people or you meet different people in your dreams that you've never met before. I'm hearing from your ancestors that that's them, you know, that's them coming through. So there may be something very important for you, group number one, regarding your dreams. I feel like they're reaching out to you through your dreams, group number one, with an important message for you. And also just to let you know that you're, you know, not alone, that they're always watching over you, protecting you. You're divinely guided. So I feel like how they feel about you is that I'm hearing precious cargo. So I feel like you're precious cargo to them. You're very important to them. Not to say that, you know, other family members may not be as important, but I feel like your role here on earth is to break generational curses and break generational cycles, especially within your family dynamic. Some of you may, it's not that you don't get along with your family, but you may feel very different or a little isolated or feel like the black sheep of the family. And I feel like that's because you are different. And it's not something that's negative. This is something that your ancestors want you to start embracing your authenticity, embracing who you are, embracing, you know, your differences from people, and stop looking at your differences as odd or weird. You know, I mean, hey, you are odd, you are weird, and that is okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I feel like they want you to start viewing yourself as someone who is authentic, someone who's not afraid to be themselves. And I feel like that's something that is definitely a big thing that you're healing as well, because I feel like it's kind of running your family that you know, maybe many generations, which I find in a lot of different family dynamics as well. But I feel like your family may have had a lot of unauthentic people. They may, I don't know why I'm picking up like secrets. You may have family members who, you know, aren't themselves. You may have some family members who are married, but who are married to somebody of the opposite sex, but they're gay as hell. Or, you know, they may be married to somebody who they don't genuinely, you know, 100% love, or, you know, if they had a different choice back in the day, they would have, you know, chosen a different path. So it's like you have a lot of families who have a lot of decisions that they have regretted, or things that they wish that they had done differently. And I feel like you're breaking that cycle by taking your life into your own hands. You're not allowing society, you're not allowing other people to dictate how you decide to live your life. and my whole body is tingling so hard right now. Your ancestors are coming through so strongly, and I feel like that's how close and yeah, how close bonded your like you are to your ancestors. You are definitely precious cargo to them. You're here. Your purpose is to break generational curses and generational trauma, and to create a different path for the generations to come. Some of you may be frustrated with like older people in your family not seeing things from your point of view, but it's not meant for them to see. It's meant, you're meant to lead. You're meant to be you're meant to be a leader and not a follower. You're meant to do you. You can't have, your ancestors are saying to release expectations from your family or release expectations of people, because, you know, it's like you expect them to, you know, just understand you or to, you know, believe what you believe. And that's not realistic. People are going to have different belief systems. So I feel like one thing that you're kind of learning right now is, like I said, you're releasing expectations out of people, and you're learning to just put yourself first. You're learning to just do you. If somebody wants to, you know, come along your journey, then that's fine. But if not, then you can't help that, you know. You're meant to be authentic. You're meant to do you. You're meant to stand in this energy of self-love. But you can't do that when you're holding on. Look, you got bound at the bottom of the deck. You can't do that when you're bound to these thoughts and to these, wow, 7 of Wands. Yeah. you can't, you know, be your authentic self when you're bound to other people's expectations, or even have expectations out of other people, because you're just going to let yourself down, you know? But yeah, group number 1, your ancestors like fucking love you. Like they really do. You got this big heart right here. And the Ace of Cups is about, you know, emotional fulfillment and, you know, emotional stability as well. So I feel like they view you as someone you've done a lot of inner work. You've done tons of healing work, picking up a lot of shadow work here as well. Some of you may have even worked with Aphrodite regarding like your shadow work and your self-love. And it's interesting, I'm actually just now seeing it, that, you know, Aphrodite is like the goddess of like love, beauty, you know, sensuality, sexuality, things like that. Then you got the Ace of Cups, which cups represent, you know, pretty much the same thing, especially like the emotions, emotional stability. So some of you may have a strong tie or connection with Aphrodite, or like, you know, other like goddesses of love, beauty. I don't know why I'm picking up Yemaya, Oshun. So some of you may have even been attracted to Hathor, that group. If you're drawn to that group, you may have messages there. She's basically the Egyptian counterpart to Aphrodite. Yeah, there's just this like really loving energy around y'all. Y'all have a lot of love around you. Your ancestors are surrounding you with a lot of love right now, a lot of nurturing energy. You've done a lot of, like I said, you've done a lot of healing, and you've done a lot of releasing. And I feel like the energy right now for you, group number 1, is really needing to, it's like you've done the healing. You're done with the healing. Like you're finished with a lot of it. You may really, really feel like there's more for you to do, but there's nothing more for you to do right now except to be. Some of you are like, your mind is everywhere. You feel like you have to be here or there. You have to be doing this or that. You don't have to do any of that, group number 1. Just be. Just be here. Just be present. Some of you may struggle with just being. You may not know how to just be. Oh, whoa. Okay. But like I said before, it's really about just being, getting you some rest as well. You have a lot coming your way, group number 1. A lot of good things coming your way. your ancestors just really want you to be ready for it. So Spirit, how does group number one's ancestors view them? You have the Teen of Create, which is the Page of Wands. And I'm gonna keep that in reverse. No, they said to, let's turn this upright. I'm gonna still take the reversal into account though. But I feel like your ancestors also feel that you have, some of you may have given up on a dream or given up on something, or given up on like a passion, or you may be trying to discover your passion in life, or discover like what you're actually passionate about. I feel like you may have, you know, things that you really are connected to, that you may like to do, such as maybe your career or different hobbies. But I feel like you may feel like there's something missing. I feel like you may feel that there's more to life, or there's more to what you want, or more to your purpose in life. And I feel like you're about to rediscover something. I'm sorry. Your ancestors are very, what is the word? Like, basically they're very adamant on the wording that I'm using, but I feel like you are rediscovering something, or rediscovering something that this could be something from your childhood, something that you used to like doing as a child that you may have given up or left behind for whatever reason. And I feel like you're rediscovering that, or you're tapping back into that. And for others of you, this is something that you used to do in past lives. I feel like this is something very natural to you. And I feel like this is your ancestors coming through to bring this back out, or to help you remember this thing, or to remember this. Picking up practice. So some of you, this might be a practice or like a hobby of some sort that you're rediscovering, or that you're, trying out. I'm picking up Reiki for somebody, tarot, acupuncture. I just heard something to do with the energy work, exorcism. I don't know. There's something about energy work, and that's going to be different for everybody. Shamanism for some. But you're rediscovering something that in past lives you were a natural in. And yeah, you got the Queen of Think at the bottom of the deck, which is the Queen of Swords. So this is going to come to you as an idea. It's going to come to you randomly. And I feel like you're going to be in nature when you hear this, or when you pick this up, or remember this. But definitely this is something that you're quite a natural at, I'm picking up. And I feel like this is something your ancestors are bringing back to your remembrance. It may have I feel like it's quite important to your purpose. You may, it may start off as like a hobby or a side thing, and it may turn into something that you do like full time, or something that a different, like a service that you may offer. But I feel like this is definitely going to come to you as a thought or an idea, or maybe even through like a conversation with someone. They may say something that sparks something within you. One side message that somebody's ancestor is really adamant on, especially with this Knight of Wands energy, because Knight of Wands is very fuckboy energy. So I feel like somebody's ancestor, you are fooling with somebody, or you're invested into somebody right now that they're saying that you may want to rethink things, or to really listen to your intuition. You may be like your heart and your head are in two different places when it comes to this person, and you may not be thinking clearly. But that's not for everybody. That's maybe for like one or two people, but the message did come up. And I don't want you to like start, especially if you're dating somebody or in a relationship with somebody, I don't want you to start questioning it. Just only take that message if you feel that resonated with you, which I don't believe that resonates with a lot of you. That's literally for like one or two people. So yeah. So what else, Spirit? Interesting. So you have the Boss of Field, which is the King of Cups. So a lot of Cups energy here, and it's again what I mentioned at the beginning. You have a lot of like feminine energies around you, especially like mature feminines. I feel like this might even be these were like mothers or grandmothers. And I feel like they're coming through to let you know that that they really hold you near and dear. I'm noticing how she's holding the heart very, very close to her chest, which for me feels that you're somebody who I feel like they view you as someone with a very open heart. You're very generous. Sometimes you can be a little too generous, but I feel like you're a very generous and kind person. You love I mean, honestly, you love. And I feel like your ancestors really I just keep picking up this energy of like protection and nurturing. They view you as somebody who's learned to take control over your emotions and control over your own life. You have, and I know I've mentioned this before already, but I'm seeing the word boss here. So you learn to be the boss over your feelings, over your heart. You have learned to really like not allow people's opinions and judgments to get to you. And I feel like your ancestors are really proud of you for that. They are really like, it's not that they're surprised. They're not surprised at all. They knew that you could do this. They knew that you can, get to a point, to this point in your life. But I feel that they are, it's like they're rejoicing almost, because it's like you have done so much healing and so much breaking of generational curses and generational traumas in your family dynamic. And I feel like your ancestors view you as very strong. You got it says the Boss of Field, and I know it's a woman, and it's gender neutral, it doesn't matter, but this is the King of Cups in the original tarot. So they view you as someone who's very very strong, because the King of Cups, went from the page energy, which is inspiration and they're still learning. The page is still learning about themselves. The page is still, doing their inner work. They are, they're like a young king. They're still learning how to be the king or queen, whatever. So for you to go from the Page of Cups to this King of Cups, it's like you have really made something out of yourself. I just heard your ancestors are saying that you really made something out of yourself. Many of you may feel that you're not enough, or you may not have enough, or you may feel that you're struggling in life. And I feel like they want you to start being more thankful and more grateful for what you have and where you are in life, because you're still alive, you're still striving and thriving. You may not necessarily be exactly where you want to be, but you're on the right path, because I see both of these fishes here swimming in the same direction here. So I feel like you're on the right path, and your ancestors really have your back. You tend to always land on your feet, and that's because of your divinely guided. Your ancestors are really, they're around you like all the time, and I feel like they view you as worthy and deserving. You have a lot coming in, group number one. A lot of blessings coming in for you. Things are definitely about to start speeding up for you, especially in your career. I'm picking up. They view you also as somebody who works diligently. You're very patient as well. You have a lot of patience to you. You've been waiting patiently for something. I don't know what, but you've been waiting very, very patiently for something, and you've been hearing for quite a while that it's coming in. But I feel like your ancestors want you to know that, to stop worrying about timing, and to learn to be in the present moment. You're gonna bring or manifest whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest like much quicker once you really learn to be in the present moment and stop worrying about how, when, where, why, all those different questions you may have for the universe. They don't want you to worry about that. They got this. They said, I got this. Just continue to live. Continue to, pursue your passions and your dreams and your goals in life. Whatever you put down, for some of you, you've even put like a project to the side, or like your business to the side. You've put something to the side. Your spirit, your ancestors want you to pick it back up and get back at it. Because the more diligence you put into it, and the more patience and the more consistency that you have as well, it's going to bring about a lot of success from it. And I know that's easier said than done. I get that for sure. I'm actually developing a monthly program on not the monthly one. I'm developing a course for people who struggle with like anxiety and depression. More specifically, it's going to be centered around how to get your creativity and motivation back. So I will be rolling that out pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. You guys might be interested in joining the course. How does Group 1's ancestors view them? Look at that mastery. I don't know how to pronounce that. Agor? I don't know. But this is giving me very much King of Cups vibes. But I feel like with this energy here, again, this is very remember what I said before, like you've done some like energy work, like that's coming back. I feel like you've done energy work in just almost about every past life you've had. And I feel like that's coming back. You've mastered something from your past lives, and that's coming back strong. Some of you, this could even be like mediumship. But you've mastered something, and it's coming back in this lifetime for you to master it again. Not even that. I feel like you've already mastered. I feel like, again, you're going to be quite a natural at it. Yeah, you're going to be quite a natural at it. And I feel like you're going to really surprise yourself by how natural, it feels to you. But yeah, I feel like they view you as somebody who's very connected with spirit, with source, with God, the universe, Allah, whoever, whatever you call source. But you guys are definitely like masters of your own destiny. And I feel like also with this group, You're very, I feel like you operate a lot from your upper chakras, um, especially like from your crown and your brow chakra. I feel like you have a very strong connection with Source, with God. And so I feel like you have a lot of like natural spiritual gifts. I feel like you may know of like one or two of them or like a handful of them, but I feel like you have so many like different spiritual gifts within you just waiting to be unlocked. There's a lot of untapped potential in this group. Some of you may have like fear that's holding you back. You may fear, your gifts, or you may um, just be unsure of how to use them. But I feel like as they come up, as you level up and upgrade spiritually, I feel like you're going to intuitively know what steps to take. But your ancestors definitely view you as very, very in tune with Source, in tune with them as well. Some of you may, have like ancestor altars. For somebody, I just heard to go tend to your ancestor altar. Go put some water on that altar. Something about herbs as well. Maybe putting some type of herbs on your altar. Picking up lavender, cinnamon. Tobacco. Can I get one more of these, Spirit? Thank you. Dictionary, communication. I feel like your ancestors also view you as very intelligent. You have this like natural intelligence to you. People may have like thought that you, or other people may view you as like a know-it-all, or that you know a lot of things, or things like that. And I feel like you just naturally, I feel like you're very clear cognizant. You just have like an inner knowing. You just know things. You don't necessarily know how you know. You just you just know it. And I feel like that may be a gift that's kicking up for you. I feel like that's probably one of your strongest ones. But yeah, I feel like you're very very intelligent person, and I feel like your ancestors love how intelligent you are as well. I feel like they also view you as somebody who seeks knowledge, who seeks to learn new things. You're not comfortable just believing what people tell you. I feel like you've kind of broken out of that system. You're somebody who prefers to do your own research, look up things for yourself and not just believe what's being said, or how other people want you to view things, or view other people, or even groups of people. You're somebody who's not afraid to to be the person who says, that doesn't sound right, or that's incorrect, that's false. And it's not that you're like a know-it-all, or it's not that you feel that you're better than other people. You just you just have this natural inclination for knowledge, for wisdom. You may even be somebody who knows who knows like random facts about things, which I feel really serves you well in different conversations you have. I feel like you are a very like adaptable person as well. Your ancestors view you as very adaptable and resilient. You're somebody who can like adapt to different situations, or different what is the It's like you can be around a group of people, you know, and or you can be at like an event or something, and you have the ability to be able to go from like one group and be able to talk to them and really, you know, adapt to that group, and then go to like a completely different group and adapt to their group. Does that make sense? It's like you're very adaptable. You may have like your Mercury in like Aquarius or Gemini. You may have a lot of air in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might even have a lot of water in your chart as well. Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, especially the Pisces. But I am definitely picking up a lot of air and water from this group. You have a very, just like a class about you. There's something very classy about you. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But you're very adaptable. You're very likable as well. I feel like that's kind of a gift that you were given in this lifetime. You're very likable. You personally may not care much about, you know, liking other people. You personally may be someone who's very introverted, or you may consider yourself very introverted. But it's like when you're in a certain situation where you have to communicate, or you have to, you know, show up for yourself, you have no problem doing that. You're able to show up for yourself easily and effortlessly. And I feel like your ancestors really love that about you, how adaptable you are. So what else? I'm gonna close out on this. Any additional messages, ancestors, for group number 1? Any additional messages, any guidance, any advice? I feel like there's one more. Or 2 more. So you have at the bottom of the deck, Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Yeah, I mentioned before that you operate a lot from your highest chakras. You may tend to neglect your lower ones, which is your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus. Definitely your root chakra. And I know I'm saying that word wrong. Well, not wrong, but I have a different accent. People have come for me about, you know, how you say the word chakra. I have an American accent. That's just how I say it. So please don't be in my comment section about that. But definitely you guys could really benefit from grounding yourself and really doing different grounding exercises. You could, you know, meditate. For some people, meditation may not work for you. Some of you could maybe do journaling. You could ground yourself in nature. Definitely nature for sure. Go hug a tree or something, you know. And I mean, I'm for real. You know, go find a tree to connect with. I'm picking up here. Your ancestors want you, because I feel like you've done that in past lives. I feel like that's a very like easier way for you to ground yourself and really do a lot more healing as well. Maybe even finding the closest tree to where you stay, and just, you know, talk to it. You know, you know, of course you're gonna have people who think you're crazy, but I mean that's their problem. But I feel like you could really benefit from really connecting more with nature. Group number 1. You have Hunter here, track down your fears and desires. So many of you, your ancestors, saying that you have some fears that may be stopping you or holding you back from really accessing your gifts or really reaching your fullest potential. I feel like you may be holding yourself back. I feel like there's not really anything blocking you or stopping you or blocking your manifestations. I feel like it's mostly yourself. Some of you may have a fear of success. Some of you may have a fear of failure as well. So take what resonates on that. But you definitely have a couple of like mental blockages that are needing to be worked through. So it says trust in the unknown, Sky Father. So yeah, many of you, you're very, very, very divinely protected, and your ancestors really want you to just trust. And I know that's easier said than done, but I feel like you've been seeing glimpses of like the light at the end of the tunnel. You've been seeing glimpses of it, and I feel like that's your ancestors. Like it's almost like the hermit. If you look on like the hermit card, the star in his, I mean the light from his lantern is the star from the star card, and the star in tarot represents hope. So it's basically, you know, letting hope be your guiding light. So I feel like your ancestors really want you to let that hope and that faith be your guiding light towards the life that you desire. So definitely just trusting not only in your ancestors, but trusting in yourself as well, trusting that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. You may not have tangible evidence or proof. You may not, you know, see it right now, but you are so on the right path. Group number one. I was going to say group number three, so there may be some messages in there for you. But you're doing very, very well for yourself. So make plans and focus. Shield Maiden, I'm sorry. So your ancestors want you to start to buckle down, to really be more diligent and more consistent with what you're wanting to manifest. So if you're, you know, working on, or if you want to manifest, you know, a better career or more money, you know, make a plan on how you're going to do that. If you have like your own business, definitely sitting down and writing your goals and, you know, how you're going to achieve those goals and when you want those goals achieved by. So definitely it's about, you know, just sitting down and planning some things out. It's going to be differently for everybody, but definitely, you know, take some time to sit down and really sit with your ancestors and, you know, ask for guidance. Ask them, you know, what should I be doing? And look for the answers. I feel like you're going to find a lot of answers in nature. That keeps coming up for y'all. I mean, that's self-explanatory. You may have a lot of answers from nature, from animals as well. You may have a lot of intuitive messages come from animals. Some of you may find a lot of birds around you. There may be a lot of birds flying around you or flying really close to you lately. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of answers coming through from nature for y'all. So Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. So yeah, this is definitely about being present, being in the present moment, being peaceful with where you are right now. And again, I know that's easier said than done. You may be really struggling with a lot of different things, especially financially for some of you. But Spirit really wants you to trust the process and to really be what you're wanting to attract. If you're wanting to attract peace into your life, be peaceful, like it says here. So embrace the energy of peace. You can even do this through visualization. One thing I may like to do is, you know, I may sit down, really ground myself and envision this, whatever color peace feels like for you. I may do like yellow or gold, and I may envision it, you know, around me, like a light glowing around me, and I would envision it getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I would sit in that energy and allow it to, you know, do what it needs to do. So some of you could really benefit from like visualization, definitely meditating, yeah, I think that's all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all, group number one. So let me know how this reading resonates with you in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other readings that I post. And if you would like to book your own personal private reading with me, check out the description box below. And follow the link to my Etsy page, and you can purchase your reading there. But yeah, group number one, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What is up, everybody? So for those of you who have chosen group number two, this rattle here, this is going to be your reading. How do your ancestors view view you. So group number one ran a little longer than I thought. There were a lot of messages coming through for group number one. I'm actually even picking up a lot of messages from y'all's group as well. I'm gonna try to not make it super long. I said try. But definitely tapping into y'all's energy. Your ancestors definitely want y'all to start getting some more rest. Many of you have not been getting the rest that you've been needing to get. And your ancestors are saying you're going to regret that when the ball gets to rolling. Because many of y'all have been in quite a stagnant stage in your life. Things haven't been moving or progressing for you the way that you expected them to or wanted them to. And I feel like that's because of divine timing. It just wasn't time for things yet. But I feel like very, very soon, like very, very soon, sooner than you think, group number two, it's gonna be time. Things gonna start moving for you. So Spirit really wants you to get some rest. And your ancestors, more specifically, are like, they are hard-headed. Somebody's ancestors is calling you hard-headed. Because you've been getting a lot of messages yourself, even intuitively, that you've been needing to, calm down, get some rest, kind of bring those energies in. And even like messages from other readers, you may be getting messages from different pick a card readings or personal readings, saying the same thing. Really listen to that. Start listening to that more. Your ancestors are, they may view you as a little stubborn or hard-headed, not in a bad or negative way. They actually find it quite funny because they're laughing about it. But they do think that you don't listen sometimes, or you may be presented with a lot of signs and synchronicities around you. I'm picking up a lot. You've been getting a lot of signs and synchronicities that you've been kind of ignoring, and your ancestors are telling you now to stop ignoring those. But they adore you, though. Your ancestors, or the ancestors in, at least in this phase in your life, they have a very like playful energy to them. I feel like your ancestors want you, or the message that they have for you is to get back in touch with your inner child. Some of you are needing to play more, to play more, to get yourself, not to get yourself ready, but to, I feel like it's going to be very healing for you. I don't know. There's just like this, like, almost like nostalgic energy coming through for this group. Yeah, I feel like they really want you to have more fun, to really let loose a little bit more, to not take life so seriously. So I feel like what you're manifesting is stability and more, like an abundance of something. And I feel like to bring this energy in faster, they want you to not only rest and get some rest, but to have more fun, doing the things that you really love to do. You can be resting while also, maybe taking a walk, going for a walk at a park, or I don't know, doing something fun. I don't know, I'm picking up like trampoline park. They're saying to get childish. Very weird energy coming through for this group. But yeah, they're saying to get childish. They're saying to have more fun, to Because I feel like your inner child is very suppressed right now. Yeah. I'm gonna pull some cards. I'm gonna get into this a little bit more, but those are definitely some messages that were coming through first and foremost. Maybe even like doing things like watching movies or TV shows that your parents may not have let you watch growing up, or maybe even um, maybe traveling to different places that that you really wanted to travel to as a child, and now that you may have the finances to be able to do so, or I don't know. There's just something about a lot of suppression. You've gone through a lot of suppression in like growing up, and you have a lot internally or within you that you're needing to kind of express or to get out. And I feel like one way to do that is definitely by having fun, by getting nostalgic, by doing the things. It's not like an act of rebellion. It's more so an act of healing for you. So definitely, get back in touch with your inner child, group number 2. I know I'm not spending a lot of time on that, but those messages were definitely coming through. So, how your ancestors view you. You have Will here, which is the Chariot in this pile. So I feel like you are someone who I feel like for some of you, you haven't always been this way, but I feel like many of you have learned to really take charge of your life. You may used to be someone who was always in the background. You never really spoke up for yourself. You never really said what was on your mind. But I feel like that's really changing for you. I feel like you're taking your power back. I feel like you're in the process of taking your power back. You're really getting to know yourself a lot better. And I feel like you are also discovering a lot about yourself that you didn't know that you can do. But there's a lot of untapped potential within this group. And I feel like your ancestors are wanting to let you know that they have your back. Some of you may hold yourself back from fear as well. You may have a fear, I don't know, like a fear of some sort. And I feel like your ancestors are working with you to help you release that, because you have a very like leadership energy to you. You're meant to lead, whether it's career-wise or even like some sort of like movement or something. I don't know. It's gonna be different for everybody, but you're meant to lead. You're meant to be your authentic self, and there are going to be people who follow that. You're meant to teach other people how to lead as well, or how to be the creators of their own life, their own destiny. And I feel like you're going to do that by just being an example. There's really not much for you to teach. It's more so about you being the example. And I feel like that's how your ancestors see you, as you're a good example to other people. I feel like you have a lot of people who look up to you as well, group number 2. You may not think so. You may think quite lowly of yourself, group number 2. Or you may feel that you're not important enough, or you may feel that you're not worthy or deserving enough. Yeah, 5 of Earth, absolutely. So I feel like then you have the Moon. So yeah, I definitely feel like that's something that's changing within you. I feel like there's something that you've been actively working through, is working on your mindset and working how you view yourself. Because they're not giving me a lot about how they view you. I feel like it's a lot about how you view you. I feel like you struggle a little with, self-worth, feeling deserving enough, feeling worthy enough. And I feel like that's changing for you, because you have this chariot here. You're moving forward. You're not being held back any longer. I feel like you're tired of being in this Five of Pentacles energy, this Five of Earth energy of being, especially this moon. It's like for a long time, you've been feeling like down in the dumps. You've been feeling, unmotivated, a lack of motivation, lack of creativity. And I feel like that is what's really changing for you, group number 2, is there's going to be this surge of energy. It's like this spark of energy almost. I feel like your mind is all over the place as well. You may have a lot of things going on in your mind. Kind of like in this picture, it's a lot of like different random things almost happening here. So I feel like you may find yourself being all over the place mentally, or not knowing, what moves to make, what to do, where to go. And I feel like that may be a very confusing for you, or you may be in a very confusing time mentally. But I feel like your ancestors want you to know that you have the ability and the resources to get yourself out of this funk. So I feel like it's more so of you holding yourself back. Pretty similar to group number 1, you may have a fear of success or a fear of failure. It's going to be differently for everybody. Excuse if y'all hear any extra noise in the background. My dog is over there scratching herself. I feel like they view you also as very loyal, because dog energy for me is a very loyal energy, a loyal vibe. They view you as very loyal to. It's like they view your soul as very loyal to your mission. Your soul has a mission here on Earth. You have a very unique purpose here on Earth, and it's going to be different for everybody, and it's not coming through too strongly. Your ancestors are very mysterious. They're really not giving as much information as group 1 did. But I feel like you have quite a unique and quite important purpose here on Earth. You're meant, group number 2, to be a part of the change happening here on Earth. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, I don't know. But I feel like you're definitely on the trajectory towards that. You're on the right path towards that. And your ancestors are viewing you, like I said, as somebody who's loyal to your mission, loyal to your purpose. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing, even if things around you may not seem as if it is, positive. But I feel like ultimately you are, you're on the right path. And again, you may not think so. And again, that's part of your mindset. You may have maybe working on your mindset, shifting it from a negative to a more positive perspective on life. But I definitely feel like for you, group number 2, your ancestors really view you. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I had the word. Where was it? I feel like they view you as maybe forgetting that you're not of this world. I feel like you may be too in touch, and this may sound very, very weird, but it makes sense to me. But I feel like you're too human, which is nothing wrong with that. But also don't forget that they really want you to understand that you are a soul. You're a soul. You're a soul having a human experience. So don't get too caught up in the worldly things, or don't get too caught up into the bullshit happening around the world, or all the things that we may perceive as negative or chaotic. Don't get too caught up in all that. I feel like your spirit guides really, really want you to get back in touch with your spirit. Some of you may be a little too grounded, and I feel like your crown and your upper chakras are realigning. It's happening slowly but surely, and I feel like you are kind of being called right now to balance out your energies. Because like I said, you've been a little too grounded, and your ancestors want you to get back into your spirituality, to get back into your spiritual journey, to really know yourself a lot better, or get to know yourself a lot better. Yeah, there's a slight disconnect from your soul, or disconnect from you, like from you spiritually. And I feel like that's changing for you. You have a lot of purple here. Purple is very connected to your crown chakra. So some of you may even want to work with like amethyst or labradorite. But yeah, definitely you group number 2, your ancestors, I feel like they kind of have like a like a hand holding approach when it comes to you. They really like to hold your hand and walk you through things. I'm sorry I keep pausing group number 2. Your ancestors are very like, I don't know, they're just like this hard to read type of energy from this group. I actually want to pull one more of these. I feel like there's one more card. Before I get into the oracle. Some of your ancestors might even view you as hard to read sometimes. Some of you have a bit of a stubborn energy to you. I feel like some of you get a lot of signs and synchronicities around you, but some of you don't like listen to them or pay much attention to them. Okay. You had 3 more, okay. So you have the 8 of Think, the 3 of Earth, and the Boss of Feel here. Yeah, there's a slight disconnect, group number 2. I feel like that's probably why the reading is a little scattered. There's a slight disconnect from your ancestors and from source with the universe. And I feel like you're you grounded yourself enough, and I feel like now it's time to kind of reel that energy, um, or use some of that lower energy, kind of bring it up a little bit. Now, how you can do that is by, at least one way, you can definitely meditate more. Um, Now I know there's different forms of meditation. Some of you may need a quiet place to sit down. Um, some of you may benefit from. I'm picking up art, like maybe doing some more art. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up art for this group. Some of you don't need to, and you don't have to be like good at it, because I personally, I suck at art. Like, I suck at drawing and painting, but I do it to help kind of motivate me a little bit more to kind of exercise my creativity, and to help like balance out the energies, because sometimes I too can feel a little bit like too grounded almost. um, so maybe like painting, like putting on some music, having I don't know, some of you may like to have some wine or something with you. But definitely, I don't know, like something about art from this group. So maybe, like I said, going to the dollar store and getting like a canvas, or even, markers or colored pencils, and getting a notebook and maybe doing like some sketching, but seeing what comes to you like intuitively. I feel like you are very psychic, group number two, but it's like some of you may not like know it, or may not know to the extent of how, psychic you are. So I feel like for this group, you're like learning to like balance out energies right now. And I feel like how your ancestors view you as far as that goes is, they it's just like this stubborn energy. Some of you may know what you're needing to do, or know about things, and you may not take certain actions on it, or maybe some of you even like some of you may sorry, I was getting an intuitive message. But that came in very, very strong. I had to stop talking so I can listen to it. But what I was hearing was, many of you are very spiritually gifted, and I feel like a lot of that has been suppressed from an early time in your life. Like, I'm getting like there's like one specific event that happened, maybe like in your childhood, or like in your teenage years for some of you, that kind of scared you. um it was like a glimpse of your potential almost. um and it almost kind of scared you a little bit, or it scared other people, and you were almost kind of made to suppress it. And I feel like in this phase in your life, it's coming back up for many of you, because there's a lot of like I said before, there's a lot of untapped potential in this group. So there's a lot like coming back up, like spiritually, for you to deal with. um and I feel like your spirit, your ancestors view you as willing. You may put up a bit of resistance to things, but it's like deep down you're very willing for And I feel like eventually, like you stop kind of like fighting change, and you eventually like let it happen. Spirit, your ancestors really want you to get to a point to where you allow change effortlessly all the time. You may be someone who may have a lot of anxiety, especially about the future or your future or how things may play out. And I feel like your ancestors are really working with you to heal that part of yourself. But they really know that you're willing. You're willing to change. You're willing. Yeah, you're willing for change, but you're just a little closed off to it. What else, Spirit? How does their ancestors view them? Let's group 2's ancestors. Can I get maybe one more? Feathers message, yeah. They've been sending you a lot of messages, group number 2. There's a lot of messages, a lot of signs and synchronicities happening around you. You've been ignoring a lot. And of course, there's the saying that, what's for you, a lot is always for you. But I feel like you pass up a lot of like ideas and a lot of things that come to you mentally. And I feel like your ancestors, I feel like things haven't been progressing or moving for you because there's like something that your ancestors are wanting you to see. There's something you're not seeing, group number 2. Whether it's like the signs and synchronicities, definitely pay attention to like the animals around you. If you see a certain animal, especially like an animal that you don't really see often, you can look up like the spiritual meanings. For example, I too was really not paying attention to my ancestors, and they sent me, I was walking my dog, and they sent me, there was a skunk. And I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I dreamed about this last night. But, and skunks are like, their spiritual meaning is like awareness or being aware of like your environment or your surroundings. But I had been getting that a lot. And just so happened in my neighborhood, and this happened, the skunk I saw was like a month ago, and it just so happened in my neighborhood, something happened. The police had to get involved. It didn't have anything to do with me, but it had, something with the neighbors. And, it was like if I personally had not been like paying attention to my surroundings or take heed to that warning, I also, something could have happened to me that, happened to them. I'm not gonna go into any detail about it. But pay attention to your surroundings, or pay attention to the signs and synchronicities happening around you. Not to say that anything's bad is going to happen to you. I feel like they're trying to get your attention on a certain step they're wanting you to take. Does that make sense? They're wanting you to take a certain step. They want you to do, there's something they want you to do, and you're not seeing it. Yeah, especially with this 8 of thing, and you got the moon here. So that's why I was saying to like, you're a little too grounded. They want to bring some of that energy up to your highest chakra so you can really be in tune with your intuition. Yeah, they're sending you like next steps, because I feel like that's what you've been praying for and manifesting is like next steps. What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? And they've been sending it to you. you just need to look. You just need to look. Go sit in nature a while. Don't like get off your phone. Go sit in nature. Just look around. close your eyes and just enjoy the air, enjoy the space and energy that you're in. Allow the answers to come to you. That's the issue. That's the disconnect. You're chasing after the answers when in reality you just need to be, so that way the answers can come to you. But I think you're doing like pretty well. You got many people out here who have a hard time getting grounded. So I feel like for this group, you are definitely on the brink of like a spiritual awakening as well. There's definitely a spiritual awakening around the block for you. I'm not going to take these, but I will take this one. So you got thunder and lightning power. So there's a lot of change coming towards your way, a lot of sudden change. That's okay. So that's the energy I was picking up, because I just saw the tower in my head. So you have a tower moment coming up, group number 2, if you haven't already experienced it. Now, you, with this 5 of Earth, you may oftentimes think of or perceive, bad things that happen to you or bad things that happen around you. You may perceive those things as negative or chaotic, or things that are happening to you. But I feel like your ancestors are wanting you to be more open and embrace change. Change is only chaotic or negative when you perceive it that way. You have at the bottom of the deck, phrenology, got the brain here. So I feel like it's really all in your head and how you perceive life or how you perceive a certain situation. And I feel like they haven't sent this tower moment in just yet, because they want you to be in a better mind space, a better head space, to, not look at it as something negative or happening bad or happening to you, but instead of looking at it as something that's happening for you, because you have some sort of sudden change is coming towards you, group number 2. I think it's going to be very positive. I feel like it's positive change. You just may be someone who doesn't like change, which is nothing wrong with that. But they do, have this message for you of being open to it, because lightning is definitely sudden change. Even in the tower card, the lightning strikes the tower, so that is representative of sudden change. Transformations happening as well. A lot of things you've been praying for are definitely about to manifest for you. You're definitely on the route to where you want to be in life. I feel like for many of you, you may not be where you want to be just yet, but I feel like you're on that trajectory. I feel like for this group, it's not about it, happening fast. I feel like this is something that is like slow and steady when it's the race. But you have a lot coming your way that is going to cause you to not care anymore about, when or how, where or why. You're going to have this next. I feel like that's for what many of you just want. It's like, I just want to know what steps I want to take, or what steps I need to take next. Like, what do I need to be doing? Like, universe tell me what to do. And the universe has been sending you signs and synchronicities. Just listen to them. Some of you, it even comes in the form of your body. Maybe your body has been telling you something, or you may have had certain, health issues or certain aches in your body or something. Listen to that. There's a lot of signs and synchronicities happening around you. It's just more so about you listening to it, group number 2. Can I get maybe like 1 or 2 of these, Spirit? I want to get some guidance and advice for you. I feel like you've gotten a lot of guidance and advice anyway throughout the entire reading. Wow. And we were talking about this at the very beginning. You have autumn, release the old and rest. Absolutely. And then you have a bird here, which goes with the feathers. So for you, group number 2, like it says here, release the old. So let go of definitely your old mindsets with this 8 of thinking, this 5 of earth, which gives me very similar energies. Um, I'm definitely picking up a mindset shift is needed. And that mindset shift is going to start by you releasing self-limiting beliefs and patterns that are holding you back, because you're only holding yourself back, group number 2. And I'm not saying that in a rude or disrespectful way, but that's the truth. That's your ancestors want you to have the truth. You're holding yourself back mentally from pursuing your dreams and your desires, and from things coming to you. I feel like, you're meant to be in a receptive energy right now. Um, but there's like, how like a vacuum cleaner, the little attachment that like you like detach it from the vacuum and you can go in like corners. But it's like a suction, and it's like when you put your hand in front of it, it stops the suctions from coming in. So it's like you're meant to be receiving right now. You're meant for, and I hope that doesn't sound like dirty or anything, but you're meant to be in this receiving energy right now, which is going to allow these manifestations to come in. You're meant to be receiving, but I feel like there's like some blockage right there, and I feel like it's your own hand that's like blocking these things from coming in. So really work more on that, and it's going to be different for everybody. But really work on like your mindset, even like, and I'm gonna pull a card. I'm actually feel led to pull one of these high vibe cards, because I want to get something practical for y'all. How can group number 2 be in a more receptive energy, spirit? What can they do? Interesting. Okay. Hot bath. Water is a vibration changer. It calms your nerves and grounds your energy. Soak in a hot bath. Throw in some Epsom salt to release toxins from in the body. If you don't have a tub or lack time, then imagine soaking in a tub. Your mind is powerful, literally. So this may be something that you could try, taking a nice hot bath, setting the intention that you're releasing, you're letting go. Make sure to bless the water, bless the salt, thank it. And you can do that simply by just, having it in your hand, or having the salt in your hand, and as you're pouring it, say, thank you, salt, for your healing energies. Thank you for helping me to release anything that no longer serves me. Tell it what you want to do. Even water, you can speak to your water. Even in the, like if you have like a glass of water, speak to it. It definitely changes the vibrations and the frequencies, and it changes it to go in your favor. So definitely working with water more. You have belly breathing magic. So place your hands on the side of your rib cage. Take 3 slow breaths, pushing your ribs into your hands. Follow the movement of your breath with your hands. Notice the change in your body. So some of you may want to do breathing exercises. That's definitely very helpful. I usually, for my personal private readings, I usually start off my readings with small, short breathing exercise, just to help get us both grounded and centered. So definitely, you guys could definitely do breathing exercise. You can even do this exercise here if you wanted to screenshot this. You can even do it while in the bath, taking a hot bath. But there's definitely a need of releasing, and as you release, get some rest. Get some rest. Go do you. Stop worrying about where you need to be, and just be where you are. But group number 2, I think that's all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates with you in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other readings that I post. And if you would like to book your own personal private reading with me, check out the description box below and follow the Linktree link to my Etsy page, and you can purchase your reading there. For group number 2, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. All right, y'all. So last but not least, we have group number 3 here. I actually had to start your group over. I started off with another tarot deck, and I just wasn't connecting with it for y'all's group. And Spirit was like, okay, you're only just a couple minutes in, just start it over. So I did, and here we are. But yeah, group number 3, if you chose this Hathor statue, this is going to be your reading. So I was picking up that you have a lot of ancient Egyptian roots or ancient Kemet. I feel like you have definitely had several lifetimes during that time. I feel like you were also someone at that time who, like, your ancestry during that time was quite well known for specific, like, spiritual gifts that you guys have. I feel like there's a spiritual gift that you may have. Some of you may not be aware of it, and for others of you, you are aware of it and you may not, like, use it much. But I definitely feel like there's a very, very strong gift that's been passed down through your bloodline. Very powerful gift. Very powerful bloodline in general. You definitely have some Egyptian ancestors showing up for y'all. Seeing like different flashes of like the Prince of Egypt, different like scenes in that movie. Some of you have like royalty in your blood as well. Some of you may have like pharaoh blood. Today I'm seeing like a face of like one of the Sphinx, like those buildings with like half lion, half human face. So for group number 3, Spirit, how do their ancestors view them? I feel like you're also someone who's open to learn new things. I feel like that's one thing that your ancestors really love about you, is how open you are, how open and willing you are to learn. You have a very humble energy to you as well, group number 3. Whoa. So you have the, what is this? The 4 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Hermit here. I feel like you've been, especially with this 4 of Cups and this Hermit energy here, you've been in a very much in hermit mode lately. You found yourself not really going out as much, or you may not be invested as much into the real world, if that makes sense. I feel like you're very much have been taking a lot of time, especially over the past 2-3 years, especially through like the pandemic and stuff, really taking time out for yourself and really getting to know yourself more. I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential within you. I feel like there's especially with this hermit here. It's like you have a lot of dreams and goals that you have for yourself, and I feel like you are ready to take action on those goals as well for many of you. But there's a lot of dreams and goals that you have. Some of it you may have given up on. I'm even picking up on like an energy of like gifts that you used to have in past lives. So there may be some messages in group number 1, I believe, because I kept calling group number 1 group number 3. So I feel like there may be messages in both for both groups. But definitely there are some untapped gifts within you that have been laying dormant or even suppressed. And I feel like a lot of that's coming back up. You're definitely leveling up and upgrading spiritually. And your spiritual gifts are going to be something that you use quite often. I feel like you're aware of, some gifts that you may have, but I feel like there are a lot of other gifts within you that you don't even, like, you had no idea you could do. I'm picking up mediumship for some of you, exorcist, I don't know, something with working with spirits here. I feel like you have a natural connection with the spirit world, even animal spirits for some of you. Some of you may be like a pet medium or just a medium in general. Some of you even have like shaman abilities. I also feel like you guys really work out of your heart space as well. You work out of your heart chakra. So I feel like you're someone who's very open and receptive when you need to be. You really learned boundaries for sure, and I feel like that's another reason why your ancestors really, love you a lot, because you're someone who, you saw your life not being the way that you want it to be, or you may have saw yourself going down a path or a trajectory that wasn't really desirable for you, or you may have even noticed people in your family going down, certain paths or having, or living certain lifestyles, and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want that for myself. So it's like you have really learned to go within and find yourself. I feel like that's the journey you've been on lately, is really finding yourself and really learning yourself. Definitely stepping in this energy of self-love with this 2 of Cups here. And I feel like that's another reason, that's another way how your ancestors view you. You're someone who definitely loves yourself. You've learned to love yourself. It's just this energy of learning with this group. You've really learned to love yourself. You've learned to put yourself first. You've learned to go within and find and figure out life for yourself, and not just basing it off of what others have told you, or how others feel that you should live your life. You've done a good job finding it out for yourself. You're still on that journey. Not to say that it's like done or anything, because it's a lifelong journey. But I feel like you have gotten a lot closer to your soul and and the core of who you are, versus people around you, even family members. But I feel like you've really taken like your self-love journey very seriously, and if you haven't, this is definitely a call to really take your self-love journey very serious now. Some of you are even single. Some of you are single and you're wanting to, manifest love into your life, and that's going to start when you start practicing self-love, so you can attract that partner into your life. You're meant to attract and not chase. Because I'm hearing that affirmation. What's that popular one? It's like, I don't chase, I attract. Everything that is for me will simply find me. And I feel like that's the energy that you're in right now, the energy that you're stepping into. they view you as very receptive. I feel like that's naturally what the energy that you're meant to be in at all times, is this receptive energy. Because I don't feel like you're meant to, like, you're not meant to work hard, group number three. You're not, that's not part of your destiny. Some of you find yourself working hard or working this job that you really don't want to work, or some, I don't know, it's just something like you're working too hard and you're needing to kind of reel that energy back to you. So, like I said, you're not meant to work hard. You're meant to attract. You're meant to just be, group number three. You're just, honestly, you're just meant to be. And I feel like that's the energy that your ancestors are trying to kind of get you to understand. They've been sending you a lot of signs and synchronicities. Some of you have been ignoring them, and for others of you, you may notice them, every once in a while. But I feel like there's a lot of signs and synchronicities happening around you that your ancestors are communicating to you about. Some of you are kind of ignoring it. So that's just a message for some of you to pay attention to the things around you, especially out in nature. Some of you, I feel like you even get messages. Your ancestors send you messages through like music and like entertainment, like movies or TV shows. I know personally that's how a lot of it works for me. I get a lot of messages. I can be listening to a song and there may be a verse that just really sticks out to me, and I could just intuitively know, okay, this is my ancestors, trying to tell me something. Or like a movie, and I may really find myself within a character and be like, oh, this character, is dealing with similar things as I did, or they may behave or think similar to how I do. And this is how their life is planning out. And it's like, okay, well, this is probably my ancestors saying, hey, this is, this is how things can pan out for you as well. But regardless, I feel like you receive a lot of messages. I feel like you're expecting like one means of communication, but I feel like they're communicating to you in a lot of different ways. It's like I said, especially through like music or like movies and TV shows. I also feel like your ancestors really view you as somebody who's open to a lot of change. I feel like you're someone who's gone through a lot of change. I'm seeing like the snakes here, and also the snakes on his staff, and the snake right here. But you've gone through a lot of change. You've shed a lot of skin. And I feel like they view you as somebody who is really open to change. You are someone who it's almost like you expect change. It's like change happens and it's like, okay, well, here's this next thing that happens, or, here's this skin I need to shed, or, this tower moment happened. I guess I'll just go with it. So you've really learned, group number three, how to really go with the flow of life. You've stopped like stressing about like how, when, where, why, and you've learned to stop fighting the current, and you've learned to just go with things. You've learned to just follow the river. And I feel like that's leading you towards a lot of blessings in your life. So I feel like your ancestors view you as someone who's very receptive, just someone who's very open. I keep on picking up the energy of receptivity, reciprocity. Also, they view you as someone who's very balanced internally as well, especially emotionally. You haven't always been, and you may not be 100% where you want to be, but you're definitely more balanced than you have been in other times in your life. So I feel like you're gaining a lot of internal balance right now, which is probably why you've been in this hermit mode lately. Can I get maybe one more of these? Actually, can you clarify this? Two of Cups. Thank you. So you have the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse. Actually, keep it upright. So with this Seven of Pentacles here, I feel like they view you as someone who's very diligent, very hardworking. You may tend to overwork, or you may tend to do more work than what you need to be doing. But I feel like you're a very hard worker, and I feel like they really they appreciate that. But they also want you to kind of reel it in, because it did come out in reverse. They want you to really love what you do, and to really, take inventory into, like, am I doing something that really feels good to my heart? Am I doing something that I'm actually passionate about? Does this feel good to me? Am I actually making a difference? Is my career fulfilling? Like, really take inventory, group number 3, if things are actually like feels good to your heart, and not just doing it because it's expected out of you, or doing it because others are doing it, or because you may be feeling, financially unstable, or, whatever that may be. Because this is definitely coming, this feels more so like career-wise. Some of you may be dissatisfied regarding your career, or the way things are going regarding your career. But I definitely see a change in that. But they want you to kind of reel that energy in, and to really take inventory over it, and be honest with yourself. Is this area of my life actually fulfilling to me or not? But I definitely feel like with you, group number 3, that they view you as they they view you as, like, kind of what I mentioned before, is like they're sending you a lot of signs and synchronicities around you, but you haven't been looking for them. So they're kind of viewing you right now as, like, you see this person kind of like, looking over. I don't know if y'all can see on the card. He's kind of like this sense of, like, boredom on his face, or dissatisfaction, the same as this guy here on this card. He's actually kind of like frowning up. So it's like you're very, like, dissatisfied with this particular area or aspect in your life, and it's like the universe has been sending you, like, signs on, like, next steps to take or what to do, but it's like you haven't been really paying much attention to it, or you're not sure, or you're not really, like, honed in on your intuition to know what steps you need to take, or what's the best move for you to take. So I feel like for many of you, you got the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So it's really about getting clear on your goals, getting clear on what you're wanting in life, getting clear on your visions, your desires, so your ancestors can bring those things to you. Because I feel like there's something you're not clear about. You may think that you want one thing, but you actually want another. It's like you're asking the universe for money, send me money, but it's not money that you want, it's the security and the things that money can get you. So instead of asking the universe or asking your ancestors for just money, ask them for the thing that you want. Does that make sense? You don't want money, you want your bill, you want this rent to be paid. You don't want money, you want a new car, or a new home, or whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Or, like, if you're wanting to manifest love, like, why do you want this love in your life? Do you just want intimacy? Do you just want do you want marriage? Do you want just sex? Or like what do you want? I feel like that's definitely like what your ancestors are trying to get you to understand, and that's why they've been wanting. That's why they've been having you in this hermit mode, because I feel like you've been stuck in this hermit mode for a while because again you're not 100% clear on what you're wanting for most of you. So I feel like for your group, group number 3, I feel like your ancestors, they have a lot like planned for you behind the scenes. There's a lot. I'm seeing like a gate, and on one side of the gate, there's like a crowd of things. I don't know. I can't. It's just like different things, and it's like you got the gate right here, and it's like you're on this side. And it's like you can open this gate and they have tons of blessings on the other side for you. It's just like some sort of like blockage. And I feel like this blockage is more so internal versus external. So they view you as very blessed. You just have to realize that for yourself. You're very blessed, group number 3. You have no idea how blessed you are. I'm even picking up like you've been protected from a lot of things that could have gone another way. You've been heavy, like divinely protected from a lot of things. And keep the hope. They may view you as somebody, you may like tend to lose hope, or like your emotions tend to kind of like fluctuate, like go up and down sometimes. Like in one moment you may be very hopeful and ready to take on the world. In another moment you may, you may be down in the dumps or in this feeling of despair. Some of you, therapy may be very helpful for you, especially that form of shadow work. So I feel like they may view you as kind of being a little up and down with your emotions, and they want you to get to a more stable place, as far as like how you feel that, or how you like measure your worth, or how you feel you deserve, or what you deserve. So there's definitely this need to or this call to really like work on like your self-worth, self-awareness. Journaling may be really helpful for you. They even have like shadow work journals like on Amazon and stuff. But yeah, group number 3, there's definitely like a lack of something. Nothing like big, huge, or major, but there's definitely like they have a lot on this other side of this gate that's just ready to flood through to you. It's like there's a lot of blessings going on behind the scenes, a lot of things like they're preparing you for. And I feel like to kind of wrap up this preparedness is to really work on like how you feel about yourself. So you have hydromancy, illusion. So some of you may even want to like work more with water. Your ancestors may want you to work more with water. You have 2 cups here. Drink more water for sure. I feel like they view you as very beautiful as well. I feel like you're your ancestors' wildest dreams. I feel like you're able to do a lot of things that they didn't get to do, and they are really adamant on like protecting you and leading you down, a path that is of your highest good. They're really adamant on that because a lot of them didn't get to do a lot of things, and so they chose you, to be able to break a lot of generational curses and cycles. So I feel like that's what you've been doing lately, which is also why you've been in hermit mode. There's several reasons why you've been in hermit mode and why things haven't been moving for you. And again, it's just mostly to prepare you for the blessings and abundance that's coming in towards you, because you have a lot coming towards you, group number 3. You have no clue. No clue. Numerology, precision. Yeah, it's like getting precise on what you're wanting, being clear on what you're wanting. And another, like signs and synchronicities, you may see a lot of numbers, synchronicities around you. I actually feel led to read these from the book. So give me a second to find them. So hydromancy. Okay, so it says, you may receive an offer that sounds too good to be true. Remember that appearances can be deceptive. Don't be fooled by enticing words and promises as they lure you into false hope. So that's very interesting. I'm gonna stop there for just a second. But yeah, they've been preparing you for something. There's like some sort of decision coming in that they don't want any negative mindsets to stop you from making or stop you from pursuing your dreams. That's why I've been saying, like, they've been really working with you on like self-worth and like, you know, your sense of deserving, because I feel like there's a blessing coming in towards you, or like an offer or an opportunity coming in towards you with this 7 of Pentacles that is you, it may be presented to you and you're gonna be like, me? You want me for this? And it's like spirit doesn't, like, your ancestors don't want you in that type of energy, because like, yes, I just heard fuck yes. Like, yes, this is what you deserve. Like, we've been preparing you for this. Like, this is yours. This is your offer. This is your opportunity. It may cause you to be, you know, like your initial thought may be, you know, a little fearful. Like, am I good enough for this? Like, am I deserving of this? Like, is this something that, you know, am I going to be good at this? Like, spirit doesn't want you to be in that energy, because I feel like that will cause you to talk yourself out of something, or talk yourself out of taking an offer or an opportunity that you're actually, you know, intrigued or excited about. So again, you've been doing a lot of inner work, so continue to work on that. So I'm gonna keep on reading. I just had to get that message out. So it says, your dreams will be realized, but not through this particular channel. Instead, call upon your spiritual sight, your clairvoyance or clear seeing, to enable you to see the full picture. When you shine your light onto the situation, areas of darkness will be revealed. Do not be scared, but be relieved, for you have been saved from drowning in dangerously dark and murky waters. I was literally just talking about that. So tread water for a while, and soon enough your wishes will be answered. So the divinatory meanings is the person or situation in question is not reliable. Don't share your ideas with another at this time. You have the gift of spiritual sight. Trust what you see. Take a shower or bath to be clear and cleanse your energy field. So I definitely feel like your psychic gifts are kicking up, and I feel like they're going to be very useful at the time where you are having to make a decision. I feel like when this offer or opportunity comes up, your ancestors are saying that you may have 2 or more things come up, which is probably why this, you know, different decision, you know, energy is coming up. So you may have 2 or more different offers come up. Go with the one that you can see yourself in, based off of what I read here and what your ancestors are saying. They're saying to go with the one that you can see yourself in. Don't be fooled by the money. Don't be fooled by the empty promises. Really listen to your intuition. You're not going to make the wrong move. You're not going to make the wrong decision. Some of you are you don't like to make decisions because you feel that you're going to make the wrong one. And there's no such thing. So don't worry about that. Just be open and receptive. Allow it to come in and go with the flow. You're going to know which one, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know. You're just going to intuitively feel it. Like I said, you're going to be able to see yourself in the position or in the role or doing whatever is offered to you. You're going to be able to see yourself doing it. Some of you, it may come in like a dream. Some of you may come in like clairvoyant, like a clairvoyant like vision. But there's definitely going to be signs and synchronicities around you that are going to point you towards the right way. So like the Hermit card, and it's funny, I was just talking about the Hermit in the last group. The original tarot deck, there's a star inside of his lantern, and it's the star from the Star card, which the star is about hope and dreams. So holding on, so it's about like allowing your hopes and dreams to be your guiding light. So I feel like that's the same thing with you. Allow your hopes, your dreams, your visions in life to be your guiding light towards where you want to be in life. So I'm gonna read this one. So it says, everything you have worked for hangs in the balance. So it is vital that you go through every detail thoroughly. You cannot afford to make errors at this time. Focus and precision will help achieve the results you desire. If you are serious about eliminating debt, step away from poverty consciousness and negative thinking. If you want to draw more money to you, clean and organize your physical environment so as to make room for it to come. Keep a record of all your expenditures. Draw up a profit or loss sheet to record your income and expenses. Check your bank statements carefully. Research utility and other companies to find the best rates. It's time to take back control. So the other divinatory meanings is your accuracy wins you a sought after position. Number sequences confirm a message. An important event coincides with an auspicious date. Keep visualizing a preferred balance on your bank statement. So this is definitely about visualizations as well. And like I said, seeing yourself where you want to be. If there's a certain job that you may be wanting or a certain career path that you may see yourself doing, see yourself in it. Visualize yourself in it. I feel like this group, your natural clairvoyance, visualization may be something that could work in your favor when you're doing manifestation work. It's really seeing yourself with what you're wanting to manifest. Like I said, if you think the example in the book was like visualizing like your bank statement or something. So I can definitely see you like, sitting and meditating and visualizing what, amount of money you may want to see in your bank account. And, taking particular actions towards it because, faith without works is dead. So there's, certain actions you want to take to get to where you want to be. It's again, like I said, you're naturally receptive. So I feel like as you align with what you're wanting mentally, that's going to bring things in faster. So I'm gonna get a few of these, just some additional messages or some guidance and advice from your ancestors. That's way too many. But they see you as very blessed and they want to bless you so much, but there's so many things like you don't even see half of what your ancestors have planned for you and what the universe has planned for you. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, and they're ready to bless you, group number 3. They just want you to know that you deserve those blessings and not and not feeling deserving of it, There's a ton coming in for you. A lot of balance coming in. You're a very strong soul. They made a good choice. You made a good choice in coming to Earth because you had a free will. Your soul had a decision to make as well, whether to come to Earth or not. And you chose to come so you can learn these lessons. I get maybe one or two more of these here. Is there anything else? Okay. Nice. So what's at the bottom? Star ancestor. We were just talking about the star. So follow the voice of your soul, literally. Your ancestors really want you to follow your voice, follow your inner voice. And look, you got the pyramids back here, the Egyptian pyramids in the back. So you definitely have some links to ancient Kemet and ancient Egypt. Yeah, very, very strong ties. You have a lot of, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge about astrology as well. Some of you may be, natural astrologers. There may be something that you want to, delve into or to learn more or deepen your knowledge about astrology. Yeah, definitely like maybe even getting like a birth chart reading, like a nice detailed one. But you group number 3, you have a very, I feel like your ancestors really see you as someone who, doesn't abide by like societal norms or societal rules. You're very much march to the beat of my own drum. You're very much I just do me, and that's all I can be. So I feel like, as you continue to listen to your soul and listen to your inner guidance, you're definitely being guided towards a very, very blessed life and a very blessed lifestyle. I feel like there's a lot of, money coming towards you as well. It may come in the form of your career though, like a promotion or a different job opportunity, something, I don't know. But definitely, you got some strong, very, very strong blessings coming through. Some very good big ones. You have Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. So that's pretty self-explanatory right there. Is letting go of expectations and just going with the flow. You don't need to be right or wrong. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about just being. It's literally just about being. So I feel like your ancestors really want you to not worry about if you're making the right decision or not, and just make a decision. I know that may sound reckless or, too risky, but I don't feel like that's the case. Make a decision that you feel is what's best for you or what is of your highest good. Again, don't worry about it being right or wrong. Just, does it feel right to you? Does your inner soul, your inner voice, is it telling you to go with it or not to go with it? So Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. This is definitely going to help you make a more clearer decision as well as being more grounded. Definitely working on meditation, working on connecting yourself back with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. Going out into nature more for sure. Connecting with the trees, I'm picking up. I feel like your ancestors were spent a lot of time in nature. They may have even been very good healers, like with working with different herbs. They may have been you may have even been someone in the past life where people would come to you for like different healings, like working with different herbs and working with like herbs, roots, plants. I feel like you really knew your way around nature. I feel like that's something that's coming back. You may, even now, be very like literate when it comes to like plants and um, like natural herbal remedies and things like that. Or if you're not, that may be something that as you delve deeper into, it may come a lot more natural to you. So I definitely feel like you have that gift, because that's a gift to be like not like knowledgeable about those things, because not a lot of people are. So definitely working with herbs, oils, different natural remedies I see. So seer, see beyond the current situation. So they want you to kind of look at the bigger picture here. Don't look at things from a right or wrong or good or bad point of view. They want you to see things for what it is. And also, like if you're having like issues, like particular issues, like financial issues or something, they don't want you to focus on the issue. They want you to focus on where you want to be. What I mentioned before was like visualization. So see yourself where you want to be, and take appropriate actions towards that. But I feel like many of you may have a hard time, looking on the positive side of things, or like I said, seeing things for what it is. And they're really working, with you hand in hand. And when it comes to that, you have shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Yeah, you have a lot of gifts coming in that are going to be very useful for you. You have another snake back here, a lot of transformation, a lot of animals coming up here for y'all too. Some of you may, like a wolf may be important to you, or like an eagle or a hawk, or snakes may be important animals for you. Or there's either, I think that's a buffalo or a bison, one of those, I don't know. You may have some Native American roots as well. But I feel like many of you, you're definitely needing to release fear and release judgment of yourself. And just to set your sights higher for what you're wanting in life, and not settling for anything less because you deserve more. Some of you may be trying to manifest $100, but your ancestors are like, that's all you want? Like set your sights higher. Instead of manifesting that $100, manifest $100,000. It's yours. You deserve it. Group number 3. Like that's the energy that they want you in. Is that you're not feeling that you're being delusional. You're open to this blessing because you know that you deserve it. But they definitely want you in this energy of deserving. But I definitely feel that they see you as, or they view you as very connected to nature, very connected to the spirit world. You have a very close bond with the spirit world, especially with Source. So just be more open and receptive to the new blessings coming in, and to release whatever no longer serves you anymore. Set your sights higher. Be precise, do some planning, take action towards where you're wanting. So group number 3, I think that's all the messages that I've seen for y'all. Let me know how this reading resonates with you in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other readings that I post. And if you'd like to book your own personal private reading with me, check out the description box below and follow the Linktree link to my Etsy page, and you can purchase your reading there. But group number 3, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out.